Alright guys, welcome back to Rome Reviews. I'm Rome and it's the Vivo X200 in this sexy red. And this is really just another excuse to show off that color. That's what this video is about. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, I really just wanted to make another video and just, instead of responding to the same comment over and over and over again, just want to address a few things in a video format and get some of you guys' questions answered. So, we're going to jump right into it. Switching over to the overhead. We're gonna go ahead and talk about it's mostly gonna be Google things and how they behave on the phone. I will touch on things like the speakers and stuff like that. So we'll jump right into it. First things first, I got a question actually very recently about Google Discover, the news feed that Google uses on the normally to the left side of the screen. I have not figured out a way to replace the news feed that Vivo has on there, which is just pretty much all Chinese things. I have it turned off just to save battery because I don't use it. So just want to answer that really quickly. Google Discover, I haven't figured out a way to replace that screen over there. I don't know if anyone has. If there is a video out there on that, if anybody's really covered it, feel free to tag me in it and I'll give them credit in a future video. Moving on. The next one is Google Messages Google Messages and RCS. It does work on this phone. I'm not going to go into my messages simply because I don't feel like trying to edit out everything. But just trust that I've covered a few videos on Google Messages RCS, and I actually have a video on how to set it up, and if you're stuck where it's trying to authenticate or verify your phone number or anything, I have a video on that on how to get that fixed. So Google Messages RCS does work on this phone. The next thing, Google Wallet. I have it installed. I actually have like a little shortcut here for it. It does work. When you install the Google Wallet app and set up your card and stuff like that, just make sure you set it as your default payment app. And whenever you're about to pay, and just stick your phone up there and it works. I've tested it a couple times. I've only tested it once on this device. I used it a lot on the Vivo X200 Pro and it worked just fine. And it seems to be working just fine on here. It's not often I'm really scanning my phone. Giving people my phone like when I'm grabbing food or whatever. But like if I'm at a grocery store or something like that, I will scan it, which isn't often at all. So Google Messages, Google Wallet, yeah, and I've gotten a couple of questions also about my widgets, like the weather and stuff like that. Yeah, that stuff works. This is called the at a glance widget. You can see there, and this is the Google search, which most people recognize that. They both come from the same widget. So if I go here and go to, I'm sorry, I went into the mood cube. Go here, go to app and kit, go to origin kits, because they call their their widgets kits. You're gonna scroll all the way down to the bottom and you see app widgets, and this is where to bring up all of the Google apps. So we're gonna go ahead and go down, and you're gonna go to Google. And this is where you'll find them at a glance. You got your routines, you got your Google search there. You just drag and drop it onto your screen. No, actually, there's two different ones. That's just the regular search, and this is the Google Quick Search by Text Voice Camera. Okay, so this is the one that I have. So I'll just drag it, because I can always get rid of it. Yeah, just drag it. And see? So we're going to go right back in real quick. Go down. App widgets, go back to Google, and you see your at a glance there. I'm going to drag and drop it there and we're going to make it semi-transparent. And see, there it is. So those work with no issues. Actually, let me go ahead and get rid of those extra ones so I don't have to clean it up later. All right, so that's those. I mean, nothing crazy. And they bring up the weather, and they actually on the left side will show you, if you have like a calendar and stuff like that installed and set up, it'll show you different events that you may have on your calendar over here on this side. If you don't have anything, of course, it'll show the weather, the highs and the lows. All right. So, cellular service. I've touched on this, and I typically try to touch on it every video just so people don't miss it if they watch a video here or there, or they may be stumbling across my videos once or twice. I have AT&T and I have US Mobile. AT&T, as you can see, if it's not too small, but I tell you, it only gets 4G on this device, which is my primary number, which I really would like for it to get 5G, but it's not a deal breaker for me because I'm always on Wi-Fi. And if I'm out with friends and I'm not on my phone, I get calls. It works just fine. And it's very consistent. It's a solid 4G, it's just not 5G. The other one is US Mobile, which is Lightspeed, and I'm using their Lightspeed variant of their service. But they have I think it's called Dark Star, which relies on AT&T towers, which is why I'm not using it. I'm using the Lightspeed version because it uses T-Mobile towers, which gets 5G, and it gets really good 5G, really good speeds. Yeah, so that's pretty straightforward. No big deal there. I will have a link in my description for US Mobile if you're in America and you want to try out their service. It's very cheap, and this is not sponsored. I'm just telling you about it because I get a lot of questions about cellular service. Yeah, it's pretty cheap and very consistent across the board. Yeah, I haven't found any drawbacks for me. But yeah, if you decide to go down and look at the link, just go to their website and just shop it out. Make sure it's something you want to use before you buy it. But it's been really good to me. And it allows me to have multiple carriers without spending a ton of money, which I really like. Moving on, I want to touch on speakers really quickly, simply because I get this question a lot. I'm trying to decide how I want to edit this so you guys get the loudness of it, but it doesn't blow your TV speakers when I don't edit it, because I do edit these videos to make the sound more stable across the board. And if I edit it, it's gonna really mess with this sound. So I'm not sure how I want to do this, but I'm just gonna move forward and we'll see how it plays out. But I have a non-DMCA song here, no copyright song on here. And I've been trying to test it out constantly. It's just see what the sound is like. So what I'll say is, I'm going to play a little bit. All right, so what I'll say is the speakers, I feel like these speakers are better than the Vivo X200 Pro. They get really, really loud. And the sound is really crisp. I like it. I will say that I do feel like the bass is not quite as strong as I would prefer. And I know there's some settings you could change in here to manipulate it, but no matter what the different presets, so let's go in here real quick. I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna go to sound vibration, go down, go to sound quality and effects, and let's see, if I go to audio resolution, this is really for low quality audio, which I don't know, I'm not an audiophile by any means, but let's see, we'll just turn it on, and we'll just turn everything on, and let's see if it changes anything for me. Connect your earphones, that's for earphones, okay. Super audio, I had it set to music. I had it set to smart at first, but I just changed it over to music because that's typically, I mean, what I care about if I'm going to listen to my phone audio. But I'll say this, and I just want to be transparent. I don't typically use my phone audio. I may use it when I'm with my family and I just want to watch a quick few seconds of audio. And at that point, I really don't care about the quality of it. I just want to hear it. But yeah, so I put it on music specifically because that's what I'm testing right now. And yeah, I feel like it gets plenty loud. I'm not talking during these segments because I'm gonna try to edit it to where I leave it in and let you guys hear the audio. But as you can tell, you saw me turn it up, and it's not even all the way up, and that thing is ridiculously loud. Yeah, I'm really torn about how I'm gonna leave this in the video, but hey, I'll let you guys decide what you want to do. You can always skip it, okay? Yeah, but audio is really good on this phone. I will just say that the bass is just not quite where I want it to be. You could tell that there are bassy pieces in this song, and it just doesn't hit those really, really well. You hear like a little thump, like bump, 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 and that's really it. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. That's audio. Let me see, what else have I been getting asked? All right, so the last thing I'll touch on will be the last two things. I'll say battery and notifications. Vivo, and I'll do notifications first. I'll say battery for last. Notifications on the Vivo is weird, but I'll say it's more consistent than I found on the Xiaomi 15 Ultra. And here's what I'll say. You will have to go in and configure each app that you want notifications for. You have to go in and configure them manually. And what I mean is, let's go into settings. I'm going to go to apps, app manager, and I'm going to go to, let's just say messages. What you need to do in here is you need to go, so let's go to battery life, background power consumption management. I don't have high background power usage on, and I still get my notifications in a timely manner. I haven't really had any issues with messages actually, but you need to go in and make sure, because I feel like I do have messages. Oh, I actually don't have auto start on either. So I guess that just negates what I was just saying, where it's more consistent across the board. If you notice that you're not getting notifications for an app, let's say it that way. Let's say it that way. If you notice that you're not getting notifications for an app in a timely manner, just go in and turn on auto start and go back to battery life and background power consumption. Turn on high power consumption. I've had people turn me apart in the comments about this option right here, saying you don't have to do this and blah, blah, blah. I'll say this. They could be absolutely right when it comes to certain apps, but this clearly says you intelligently control the power consumption of different types of apps in the background. This can save power, but a few apps may have a delay in receiving messages. It says it right there. So, I mean, hey, I can't argue with what's in front of my face. So, if you notice that you're having issues, just turn on high background power usage, and that should make your notifications come through in a more timely manner. So the mixture of the two, you kind of have to bounce back and forth a little bit. Yeah, and I just turn on auto start, and that feature, if I notice I'm not getting notifications for a particular app, and it typically fixes it for the most part. Now, I know a lot of people ask about WhatsApp specifically. I just have no way to test it because I have nobody that uses it. Now, I could take one of my SIM cards out of this phone and put it into another phone and test it, but if you guys are really, really interested in thorough testing of WhatsApp on this phone, leave a comment and I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen. I don't use it, and I'll just be messaging back and forth between myself, testing it sporadically. So if you guys are interested, let me know. The last thing is going to be battery, and I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. You'll see 13 hours and 46 minutes since last full charge. And that is true. But a large portion of that, maybe let's see how long I slept last night. 7 hours is not being used. And then the other, 6 hours? Well, almost 7 hours because it's 46 minutes, is used. So what I'm sitting at right now is 72%, with 7 hours of use. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad. But I will feel like I don't know what's going on, but maybe it's in my head because I'm sitting at 72% right now, and I took out the charger yesterday at around 6. Yeah, around 6 p.m. in the afternoon, and yeah, it's still pretty good. So I was gonna say something about this, but I feel like it's not bad. Maybe it's just in my head, but I do feel like this battery drains pretty quickly normally. And I'll keep an eye on that over the days, because maybe, I don't know, maybe it's learning me, maybe it's getting used to my behavior. I don't know. I know Pixels do that, but I just haven't seen where Vivo does that. So, yeah. But right now, it's holding up pretty well, especially after 13 hours, 14 hours almost. 72%. I mean, I can't complain about that too much. So I will say also that this phone charges ridiculously fast. I did mention it in my last video, but my Xiaomi 15 Ultra charges really slowly, whereas this one does charge fast. And someone did leave a comment saying that it does have a charging feature that I could turn on. It will cause the phone to get hot. There's an option there, show charging options on lock screen. I think this may be it. And you can just crank it up to charge quicker. That's fine. But I feel like this phone charges plenty fast for me. I mean, especially when coming from the Xiaomi 15 Ultra as my daily driver. But yeah, I want to switch it up. I'm gonna go more, and don't worry, guys. I'm gonna go more in depth with the phone and just different parts of it that I like, love, don't love. But yeah, just stay tuned in, all right? Because that's coming up. Yeah, in the future, I'm just working on it. I've only had the phone for a few days now, but I want to spend more time with it so I can get like a more comprehensive overview and deep dive into it. So yeah, appreciate you guys tuning in to this one, and I will catch you in the next one. Feel free to like and subscribe to support the channel, and I'll catch you later.